Here are 4 signs God is protecting you from a bad relationship. Number 1, if this person reveals their ugly character early in the relationship and leaves you, this is a sign God is protecting you. While it can be hurtful for someone you really liked to get mad and leave you, in reality, this is God protecting you from getting further attached to someone who is not prepared to have a godly relationship. Perhaps you thought this new relationship would result in marriage. Perhaps you thought this guy was the one. Perhaps you thought you finally met the woman of your dreams. But then all of a sudden, this person showed you a totally different side to themselves. They get mad at you and totally cut you out of their life. What happened? The way God protects us is by bringing the truth to light. This person didn't change. This person was like this all the time, but they had just not shown you this side of themselves yet. In kindness, God allowed you to see this dark side early so he could protect you from a bad relationship. Number 2, if your friends and family's concerns end up being right, this is a sign God is protecting you from a bad relationship. When people warn us not to get involved with a certain person, but we do anyway, we can feel like fools when they end up being right and we were wrong. However, we shouldn't view it like this. Rather than being humiliated because everyone was right about this relationship, you should see their warnings as confirmation that God ended this relationship because he is protecting you. If everyone was happy about this relationship and saw no red flags, but then the relationship failed, it would be far more confusing on what happened. But if those who love you the most had huge concerns about this person, and then those concerns were confirmed by this person's behavior, you can be sure that God did not let this relationship go further because he was protecting you. Number 3, if someone was leading you on, but then started dating someone else, this is a sign God is protecting you. Perhaps you were talking to a guy and things seemed to be going really well. He was saying all the right things. He was making you believe he was about to ask you to be his girlfriend. And then all of a sudden, he disappears and starts dating someone else. Or perhaps you were pursuing a woman and she seemed to be very interested. But then, without warning, she ends up dating another man and leaves you in the dust. As time goes on and you begin to heal from the hurt, you will see that this was actually God protecting you from a bad relationship. Imagine if this guy was talking to all these other women behind your back and then you started dating him. That would have actually been worse than him leading you on and then dating someone else. Imagine if you pursued that woman and she started dating you while before that she was talking to other men on the side. Again, that would be worse because now you would be in a relationship with a dishonest woman. And number 4, if you pray for a relationship but it doesn't happen, God is protecting you. If you do not end up with someone, it doesn't always mean that God was saying this person is bad. It doesn't mean that this person would be a terrible husband or wife one day. Rather, it's safe to conclude that this relationship would not have been God's best for you. This person might be a great spouse one day. They just are not meant to be your spouse one day. God always does what's best for us. We certainly will not always agree with him. God is always focused on developing our relationship with him first and foremost, and this is not always our main concern. Sometimes we will find it difficult to believe that God's no to a prayer request is what's best for us. But when we trust God's love and goodness, we can be certain that God's only protecting us from a bad relationship. God will answer good prayers that are in alignment with his will. 1 John 5:14 states, "And this is the confidence that we have toward him, that if we ask anything according to his will, he hears us." If God does not answer a prayer in your life, it means it was not his best for you, and it was not in alignment with his will. If you're a Christian single woman, you may really enjoy my new book. It's called Invite Him, 16 Rules from Ruth to Help Your Future Husband Find You. For more information about this unique Bible study, feel free to click the link in the description of this video. I'm Mark from ApplyGodsWord.com, and until next time, God bless.